everybody. Welcome tonight. Welcome to the channel, All Things Business. Al Thomas here. And I am so excited tonight to have this beautiful couple. Man, they've been together for such a long time. I can't wait to hear you guys hear their story. Tonight we have Steve and Inga Unger, and we are just so excited about having on the call tonight. Good evening. How you guys doing there?
We're doing very well. Thank you for asking.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're down in Dallas, Texas, and you guys probably saw them on the channel released early this morning. But we're so glad they took time out of their schedule to kind of share some insights with you guys tonight, because we want you guys to profit from knowledge that they have. But they're such an amazing couple. So before we get started, tell everybody a little about yourself. How did you two meet?
Through mutual friends, close to 30 years ago in Brooklyn, New York. We came from
More than 30 years.
More than 30 years. We came from two different parts of Soviet Union, met in Brooklyn through mutual friends. She had met hello, and here we are.
She had you at hello.
Yeah.
Now I want to hear her side of the story. Was that true?
Well, no, as long as he said so, I guess. Yeah, it was, I guess, 33 years ago already. 33 years ago, we met in Brooklyn. Yes, definitely three mutual friends. And we were friends first.
Yep.
And then became something else, definitely. And we got married.
So you got married, okay.
30 years in January since we married.
Wow, congratulations. 30 years, that's a milestone. That is so important. That is amazing. So I understand you moved from the Soviet Union to the United States. You met in New York City. And tell us a little bit about your background. What kind of businesses did you guys start? I'm so proud of you guys. You guys have done some amazing things as an entrepreneur, and been over 30 years in the medical transport business and the fitness franchises in New York City. So tell us a little bit about some of the companies you guys own.
So I started in transportation in New York City. I started working for a few transportation companies, then became a manager, and then figured out that if I want to be free, I got to own my own business. And, most people I met in beginning of 90s, and I saw a lot of people that owning their own businesses, they were doing a little bit better than people having jobs. So I've decided to become a business owner. So few friends, few partners, few companies later, we were pretty big in medical transportation in New York. We were doing really well, no complaints. But then, like any businessman, we were looking for better businesses, easier businesses. And that's how we came about a fitness franchise. I thought franchise with a system would do much better for us. And that's how Ina came into a picture with the business, because she has a background in.
So, yeah, while he was having the transportation businesses, I was raising three kids. So when they were, old enough, I've decided to venture out for myself. So I got into fitness franchise, and I own the fitness franchise. And again, it was a setup system. That's what actually interests me the most. That's already system in place. So you don't have to invent anything. And I had it for like about 6 years, I believe.
Yeah.
And, I sold it right before COVID, 2 months before COVID hit. So I was very lucky.
Wow. And I love the idea. You said you started up a business because you had systems. And system stands for saving yourself time, energy, and money. And I love things that work on systems. Systems is supposed to work, not us, but the system work. Now I want to go back a little bit. Now you got in the transportation business. You started that. Did you have any background in that when you got started at all?
No, not really.
Okay.
In the United States, I drove for a limo company for a little bit, so I know the employee side of the business. And then I didn't want to drive anymore, so I applied to become a dispatcher/manager within a small company. They hired me, luckily, and that's how I started learning business from the inside, from being a business owner.
You said something very key. You said, I want to go back to that. I want our listeners to get this. He started as a limo driver, and then he went to dispatch. And then he said he was an employee, but he wanted to go on the inside to learn how to do the outside. That was very powerful. And I asked him, you know anything about it? No, he just had a desire to want more, folks. I hope you guys got that. He had a desire to want more. He didn't have no idea about this business, but he found out how to do it. And then you went to limo to transportation. How big was your business in transportation?
Between company, we own a lot of small companies located in different areas of Brooklyn and Manhattan. So at some point, we were operating 150 vehicles.
Wow.
We had our own gas station and repair shop as well in-house, so we don't have to wait in lines.
So you had, wait a minute, you had your own gas station?
We had to have our own gas station and repair shop because running a fleet like that, you
Oh,
have
yes.
no time to go to somebody else's repair shop and be in line to be serviced. So we had
Right.
to start doing everything in-house with the growth of the business. We start doing everything in-house to streamline the process.
So being a success story, starting with nothing as a limo driver, dispatch driver, and then transportation, and all of a sudden now we got 150 trucks and vehicles. We have to have our own place to repair them. We can't afford to wait a week or two. We got to repair it like yesterday. So let's do that too. Now this is amazing because you started with nothing and you blew that up to 150 vehicles plus a gas station to service your own people, their own trucks and things. That is amazing. So from start to finish, from start that business to the time that you got out of it, how many years were you involved with that, would you say?
I was involved in transportation from, to be honest, to be exact, from 1998 to 2023.
Okay. Okay. That's
So
a
25 years.
25 years.
Yeah, 25 years with 150 vehicles. That's a lot. I know my dad had a trucking company. Man, he had two, he had one to two. Like he was pulling whatever hair got left out. So I can imagine with 150 trucks, that was like never, oh my God, there was never ending problems at the situation. And a lot of drivers can't solve problems as an entrepreneur can. They'll bring it to you, but they're not paid to solve it. That's amazing. So let's go to the why. And how many you got into fitness? Tell us about that story.
Well, I was always into proper nutrition and fitness and exercises all through my life. I was researching on my own. That's what kind of, that's what drew to the business because I was very familiar with all of this and I loved it. I loved it. And I was researching always by myself. So we had an idea of fitness franchise and we actually bought it. And I love being a business owner. The part that where teaching your customers proper nutrition when you're teaching the classes, that was that was part that actually attracted me to the business, but not the part of owning your own business with overheads and payrolls and workers' compensations. So it was both sides of the story.
Ina, you're a
As
very
a business
beautiful
owner,
lady.
you have to wear all the hats.
Yeah, you're
You
a very
have to do
beautiful
it
lady.
all.
And you look like you're in magnificent shape. I know Steve can't catch up with you all the time, I think. But I love what she said. You said you had an idea. I want my audience to understand. She had an idea. I'm breaking this down so everybody can understand. And she said she loved business and she wanted to be a business owner. And she was looking for something to do. I love it. I love it. So continue on. That was really good. I want the audience to really understand what you said there. That was powerful.
So yeah, definitely. We were looking for something because the kids were already older, so I didn't have to spend as much time with the kids. So we were looking for something, but we don't want to invent anything. We don't want to do something on our own. We wanted to have kind of plug in into existing system. So the fitness franchise were literally what we will, we found it. And it was great. It was great for a while. And well, I loved having it, but I don't know, all of a sudden we've decided to venture out and get into network marketing, which
Okay.
was a blessing from the sky for us.
Okay. The blessing from network marketing from Scott. Now, being a business owner with the franchise and understanding how that worked, it probably took a lot of your time, a lot of your effort, a lot of time away. The results might not have been after a while what you expected. Who knows what that might have been. And you were looking at that point for something. When you got to that point where you wanted something else, what was in your mind as you were thinking at the top of the industry you're in fitness? What was going on with you? Like, I need to find what was going on. What's
something
your thought?
else. I'll tell you because we were looking for something else. I'll tell you why, because it was all of we were always making a great living. When, we traveled the world, we were always making a great living, but we were short on time. Like we were constantly working in our businesses, we needed time, we needed a little bit of freedom. And we thought that, how many years we're going to be able to grind like that? We were looking for something that's going to bring us something else where we don't have to exchange our hours for money.
Yeah.
Because even if you work for somebody or you own your own business, if you're not in your own business, the business is just not going to succeed.
Right.
Same thing, if you're not working, you're not going to get paid. The same thing with business. So we were looking for something else, and we definitely found the network marketing, which we start while we still have a lot of businesses. We literally start part-time, spare time, between 3 kids, probably like 5 or 6 different companies.
Yeah, but I can add to that. We found that with even franchise, right, and the whole systems,
100%.
the problem was that she has a passion to help people lose weight, nutrition, motivation, and exercise, but she was doing everything in the business but that.
Everything else.
She was
yeah,
hiring, firing people, payrolls. She was working 24/7
Social
on sustaining
media.
the business, not the passion that she has. So that's what
So,
another problem for us at some point when she said, you know what, I love the business, but I don't like what I do in this business because I cannot concentrate on what I love.
okay, I got it. So she became what we call a solopreneur, which
Yes.
means she had to do it all. She had to do it all. She said a
Correct.
couple things that she said it was very powerful. She was short of time and didn't have the freedom because it owned her. She didn't own the business, it owned her. Like
100%.
most people, solopreneurs, like real estate people, doctors, lawyers, their time after 5 o'clock on Friday, they're broken to Monday. They don't own it, it owns them. And you said something else. You didn't have any more time. And you wanted something where you could have a system that allowed you to not only that, but leverage your time so you can enjoy the time in your life, not take up most of the time in your life. Is that what I hear?
Yes,
Correct.
100% correct.
And I'll tell you
So
that
let's
the
go
biggest
ahead.
disappointment we had with the franchise, we thought we're going to open one, then another one, then another one, and it's going to be on an autopilot to some extent. It's not happening in franchises as well because you're as good as the people working for you. So it's not happening in franchises as well. So we did not fall in love with that system because they didn't give us what we were looking for.
Wow. So let me get this straight so everybody understand. Here we have two successful entrepreneurs, two dynamos, two eagles, and respectfully in two different industries. One with 150 trucks and employees and headaches and all that, and then a beautiful lady with her fitness because she wants to do it because she has a passion for it. And all of a sudden, it just took her in. All of a sudden, took all her time. She was firing people, hiring people, became a sole entrepreneur, soulpreneur, we call it, solopreneur. And she decided, you know what, I got to find something else. So let's cross this railroad tracks. Wow, how did you find this something else that changed your life forever? Now you two look very happy. You like you're still in love like you were when you were 30 years ago. And you have that vibrant and feeling for yourself. I can feel your love for each other. So now you got time to spend the rest of your life together, but enjoying the time and building something together. So tell us, how did you find your industry that you're in today?
Pure chance through a complete stranger who asked me a simple question. Sir, are you looking at other ways of making money outside of what you're doing right now? Spare time, part-time. I said, what do I have? I'm looking. He sat me down, he showed me a system again, and I understood one thing, that I'm not gonna have to have any employees, I'm not gonna have to have any overhead, and I don't have to store anything in my garage or rent a warehouse to store anything to be sold. When I understood all of that, and the system is there for many, many, many years. So when I understood all of that and the entry fee that I supposed to invest, I was in right away.
Wow, I love that. Sir, are you looking to make money in other ways around your schedule? That is a very powerful. Hope you guys got that out there to listen on it. See, people think you got to sell something. No, all they did was share some information. I love it. Wow, and it made sense. He says, "Let's go." So, go ahead, continue the story.
Made sense to me right away. I literally said, I'm in whatever I need to do. Teach me. I listen. I need to understand exactly how to build this business. I want to know about the system. I want to know about the background and what I need to do. And on a sole promise that I don't need to hire or fire anybody else in my life for the rest of my life doing this business. Don't pay any more payrolls. Don't pay any more insurances. And
Workers' compensation.
and have a storefront with rent and so on and so forth. So on that
Wow.
promise, I dove in right away. Came back home, told Ina that we in another business right now. Honestly, she wasn't happy right away because she didn't understand what I've done. She goes, I'm too busy for anything else right now. But
I said, listen, I'm swamped with everything that I need to do at this point. I'm not, pulling another business on my shoulders. I can't. So I really wasn't even listening to what he was offering or what he was sharing. I wasn't. because I was busy.
But then a couple of weeks later, she took her time and she looked and she understood and she goes,
I saw the presentation. I
it's n-
saw the full presentation.
right. And she said, it's no brainer. I'm in.
No brainer. You know, it's so amazing when people of your caliber see it. It's like it's a no brainer. You know, it's amazing how when you talk to entrepreneurs who understand wealth and money and time versus taking time versus money, and when they see something that makes so much sense, they get it right away. Why do you think entrepreneurs get it right away and other people who work 9 to 5 sometimes are a little slower to respond to an opportunity that could change their life, change their trajectory, change your family tree forever? Why do you think that is?
I think business-oriented people are always looking for an opportunity.
Yeah.
People who are used to getting paychecks, not even looking, and anything that they see, they think it's a scam.
Yeah. I had a guy the other day said the same thing. Oh man, must be a scam. And I said, how old are you? And I said, you still at your age, you still think it's a scam. I said, you know what scam stands for? He goes, what? Still confused about money.
Right?
It's a good
It's
one.
always the one who don't have no money think everything's a scam. And the ones who make money understand opportunity. It's a different side of the coin. Opportunities on one side, scam thinkers on the other side. It's amazing.
You got to evaluate the information, but you got to give it a chance. You got to take a look. Definitely. You
Yeah.
got to be curious about different things.
Yeah. You know, if people would just look, that's all you got to just look. Now make a decision. Don't prejudge something. Look at the word prejudice. Slice and half means prejudge. And people prejudge people, places, and things all the time without getting the facts. And once they get the facts, they're like, oh, this makes a lot of sense. Perfect. You know, so our listening audience out there, audience out there that's listening in tonight on this live call, if you got a question for the Unger, please put in the chat. We'd love to address any question you may have for this beautiful couple. Man, they're both in ship shape, ready to go. And don't they look great tonight? They just look amazing tonight. Man, he's got his hand, they're holding hands up on the table over there. I could see it. So any questions for anybody in our audience for the Ungers? Any questions out there? Put in the chat and we'll get that question answered. While we're doing that, why don't we tell us, so what got you guys to move from beautiful, loving, caring New York City, or New York, all the way to Texas, to Dallas of all places?
So I'll make it simple. I'm not going to get political on a nationwide call. But we visited Texas in January of 2022, and we found
We were at the convention.
We were at the convention, by the way. And we fell in love with the state of Texas. We met a lot of people, and we never were exposed to Southern hospitality, so to speak, living in the East Coast, New York. We never been in Texas, and we overlooked Texas by a mile. But when we spent a week here and we spoke to local people and we spoke to local business owners, and we met some people in our industry that are really doing really well, we made a decision that it's time for us to leave New York and go to Texas.
And also
Right in the process, we managed to get rid of all of our conventional businesses.
what I wanted to add, I didn't want to have any winter anymore. I wanted to have a pool and a sun 8 months out of the year. That was also a big deal.
Yeah, I can understand. I used to have a place there next to Highland Park. I lived in the old park area. I lived on Turtle Creek down there, and right across the street is the park. And I love when I had a house. I had a home there, and I got one out here in Vegas. So I'd go back and forth between the two homes. So I understand why you love Texas, because once you go down there and spend some time, good down home people, good salted earth people, and I just love it down there as well. So give me an idea. You got in your network marketing business. How long have you been in network marketing now, would you say?
Right now, 6 years.
Wow, 6 years. That is so wonderful. So tell us some of the benefits that you guys been traveling. What has the business done for you?
Well, I'll tell you, I'm sorry to interrupt because I wanted to get in. First benefit that I sold my fitness franchise because we reached a certain position. And we've decided that's it. I have to let it go because I was tired of grinding there. So 2 months before COVID hit, I sold my fitness franchise. Yeah. Because we got to a certain position in our company.
Okay. Well, listen, that's good. We got a question that just came in. All right, let's see. What's the question here?
Hello. So the first question that we had come in today is, what is your daily mode of operation?
Daily mode of operation?
Yes.
Wake up in the morning, go to the gym, at least every other day, then come back home, read a little bit of a book, eat a healthy meal, and network with right-minded people.
We do attend a lot of networking events. We do a lot.
Right.
Okay. And Texas is so great. The area that we moved in is just so great. We sometimes have to choose which one we're going to attend. So we're definitely networking constantly, talking to people, meeting new people, you know, finding out what they do, sharing our opportunity. And that's pretty much, you know, our day.
So, yeah. So I want everybody in the audience to know that they not only they look very physical, they go out physically every day working out. And by the way, you can tell by their daily MO, daily mode of operation, that they're full time in network marketing. So they've done it well enough that they can put all those businesses aside, get rid of them, sell them, and now they're living their best years yet. They're happy years together, because it's so sad when I see couples, either they're working 9 to 5 or maybe even having a traditional business. They get up in the morning, they meet each other at the dinner table, they give a kiss, one goes to the left and one goes to the right highway, and they don't see each other until 5 o'clock in the evening, come back, and one to go to the gym, they're tired, they go to bed, have dinner. So it's very important that you guys are limited. They're happy folks, and that's the power of network marketing. They're full-time, they own their life the rest of their life, and they don't have to worry about all the stuff that they did in the past. We have another question that just came in. Sir?
Yes, sir. So the next question that we have on here is, how many hours were you able to put into your business when you first got started?
So I'm gonna be frank. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. We ran 7 businesses between my business, my partner, and Ina's business. I was putting my network marketing business in a real literally crux of my schedule. But I would spend when I started, I would spend 2-3 hours a week. That's it. But what I mean spend, not just spending and reading stuff, or you can listen to the book in the car. I don't count those hours when you write information and getting your motivation going. I'm talking about exposing people. I'm talking about getting customers. I'm talking about talking to groups of people to expose them to what do you do. Few hours a week I started.
Attending presentations also, attending presentations, yes, definitely.
So-
But
Go
not
ahead,
a
go
lot.
ahead.
It was spare time, part-time, barely, because we were very, very busy when we first started.
So if I hear this correctly, everybody, Mr. Steve just said they had several other businesses. He said, no, notice this, folks, I want you guys to really hear this. They started he said, and I quote, through the cracks of my schedule. We all have cracks in our schedule. It's an hour or two here, hour or two a day. I started the same way, an hour or two every day. He said he'd do 2 or 3 hours, that was it. And he actually did work. It wasn't just listen to videos or watching and reading stuff. He actually was talking to people in front of people for 2 to 3 hours. That's all he did. And if you heard what he said, it's just the cracks of his schedule. And we all can do this. That's the beauty of it. Now look at their lifestyle. They're happy. They go to work out together. They're with each other. I mean, why do we go in business? To have the better things in life, to travel, the nice car. They live in a beautiful home. I'm looking at those beautiful shutters in the backside, and those are not cheap. So they've done well. They've done well. I saw a ring when it flashed up.
We even started taking dance lessons.
Dance lessons together. Man, so it's true. There is life after 41 and a half, right?
100%.
And then, they're doing so well. I saw that ring when it went up there. It almost blinded me when her ring came up. I'm like, my God. And look what they've done by coming together as one. That's why one get a wife, husband, come together as one and build a business that now they have the rest of their life to enjoy their life. I love this story. This is amazing.
Can I add something to this really quickly? So,
yes, sir.
For people that are listening to understand, we have 3 daughters. 2 of them are in business with us. So our older one started this business with us when she was accepted into a law school 5.5 years ago, and she started the business with us to build some residual. So when she's ready to become a mom, when she wants to have more kids, she don't have to rely on her law career, and she have some residual income.
So she can stay home.
My middle one also, she's 23, so in business with us. So we're building a family business, family leverage. It's nothing like doing business with your own kids.
Man, this is better than the Rockefellers. This is better than APG and Ennies. This is better than all that together. Where can the average person go out and start a business and build something, an empire, a family empire, family dynasty, folks, with their friends, with their family? God, that's That's the dream of anybody and everybody around the world. And that's the beauty of it. So I want everybody to understand, out there is listening, understand, why not you? Why not you? I mean, here is a perfect example. We got on the call tonight, and I looked at them. They both had the white out tops on. I said, "Oh my God, we're going to have a good call tonight." And I just love you can feel the love they have for one another. You can feel the generosity. You can also feel their sincereness about wanting to help you understand, why not you? You can if you choose. You can if you want it bad enough. And remember, you don't have to stop what you're doing. He said he did this, and I quote, through the cracks of their schedules. Folks, we all got an hour or two. If we turn off that idiot box called TV set, that's why it's called programming. It's programming. Anyway, it's beautiful to hear what they had to say. So before we close out, we're going to start with you, Miss. We're going to start with you, Miss Unger. We want you to share a little bit. Any questions or comments you want to give to our audience? And when you do that, we got a question to go to. So we're going to start with any comments you want to make.
Well, I just wanted to tell everybody that they need to see what's out there, because people are so used to their lifestyle and their paycheck coming in every week. They don't even being curious what else is available, because there are different things that are available and can bring definitely success and more happiness in their life. Okay, and there is nothing like residual income. There is nothing else like residual income. It's the best income there is.
Yeah, you do it once, you get paid.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful. Hey, we got another couple more questions coming. You guys are popular tonight. I love it. What's the next question, sir?
Yes, sir. So the next one, there's a couple in here I'll combine. Through building your business, how have you been able to navigate dealing with negative people and those that are closed-minded?
Well, we just say next.
I like that. NEXT, next.
It's very easy. Listen, if you got to pay attention to everybody's opinion on negativity, doesn't matter what industry you're in, you're never going to succeed.
You're never going to get anywhere.
You know how many people told me when I start, investing and opening transportation company, people told me, what do you have to do with this industry? Why? And I said, listen, I know how to, I think I know how to, and I think I know the way. We made a business plan and we start something and we never looked back and we became successful. Same thing in anything. So negativity kills most dreams. And that's the problem. When people asking questions like that, they should ask themselves a question. Why would I even pay attention to all that negativity? People stop watching news because there's so much negativity on the news. It's a simple click of TV. Same thing here. You'll hear something you don't want to hear. I love you.
Next.
I'll see you next year. Have a nice life.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, it's amazing. Negativity runs so strong throughout most countries. 95% most people are negative anyway. Thank you for that. Next question, sir.
Yes, sir. So the last question that I asked you on here, we'll end it on a high note as far as questions. What books do you recommend reading for mindset?
I think, especially if you're starting networking career, I think the Bible is Go Grow by Eric Worre, my personal opinion. But I think anybody should read a book. Doesn't matter what you do in life. Grow and Think Rich. I mean, it's a must to anybody. I don't care what you do in life. You have to read this book. There's a lot of books. And you know what? I want to add something. When people ask me how I start the business, you don't need to sit down and read the book in today's world. You don't need to sit down and make phone calls in today's world. I was doing a lot in traffic on Bell Parkway in Brooklyn, New York, going 1 hour each way. You can read a book, you can make phone calls, and you can invite people to see what you do, and you can have conversations with people. So I think the most important book is How to Grow and Think Rich. That's what I think.
Mindset. Getting it. Yeah, 100%. But there are so many books right now in the market that people can actually grow their minds reading those.
How to Win Friends and Influence, Go for a No, great book. You got to go for a no, because if you're looking for a yes right away, you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, that's so true. That book, Think and Grow Rich, I always call it the Bible book of business. And you said the Bible as well. I start off with a book of Proverbs every day. There's 31 books of Proverbs, which every day of the week. which every day of the month, excuse me. And after you read it, go back next month, read the same again, and you'll get a different meaning. So those are great books and great thing. Thank you for that. You know, you talk about books, and I was telling a guy this earlier this afternoon. Books, the books you don't read cannot help you. I'm not a reader. I don't like reading books. Hey, the books you don't read can't help you. You got to read. So we got another question for you real quick. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. The next question would be, if tomorrow you had to start over from scratch and do it all over again, what would you do differently or more of?
That's a good one.
If you're talking about our career in business in the United States altogether, if my only regret, if I need to start over, that I never discovered network marketing
Earlier.
25 years ago. Because taking that system and that business and implement as much as effort we implement to conventional businesses, I mean, we would change 10 generations going forward.
Yeah.
Starting at 48, I still have a lot of time, and you know we're going to do a lot of damage in this business. But it's just you know, when I was in 1998, if somebody would set me down and say, "Listen, you're going in the wrong direction. I'm going to be your mentor. Here's the direction." Maybe I would buy 20 years backwards. I'm not financially, but time-wise.
That's actually a great idea. Everybody gotta get a mentor. Because when you're young, even when you're not that young, you gotta get somebody who's done it, who are very financially, you know, secure and successful, and learn from them.
Yeah, that's a lot of sense. You know, I thank God I had 3 billionaires that trained me when I was young. Billionaires, not millionaires, billionaires.
Yeah.
And I tell you, that changed my trajectory of my life completely. And that's why I never had a job, because like you said, I listened to them. I did everything they said to do. And that's why I'm where I'm at. And I contribute that all to the man upstairs, the good Lord, but sending me 3 billionaires, not 1, not 2, but 3. He thought I was dumb or stupid. Anyway, I'm glad he did.
Right.
Whatever the case may be, but I'm so glad now I can be a blessing. But with this channel, myself and Mr. Clemens, to be able to help people become successful in business, network marketing, real estate, whatever. That's why I call all things business, because it touches on a gamut of different things, you know. So we want to thank you guys. So Mr. Steve Unger, what do you want to say in closing? We had your lovely wife say a few words, so it'd only be right to have you say a few words. Unless we get another question pop in here, your words will be the last words, and I'll close it out, sir.
I say to all the listeners, it's very simple. Men upstairs, like you mentioned, you got to do it. Eat well, exercise, and find a platform that resonates with you and put all your efforts into it, but make sure it's residual, it's mailbox money.
Oh my God, I totally agree. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank the Ungers for being with us tonight. Everybody, you know, hey, hit the like button. Matter of fact, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Put a comment in later below, and also maybe send this out to 7 people and just see what they say. Don't just send it out randomly. See what the outcome's going to be for you. We are so excited you guys spent time out of your day there and evening in Dallas to be with us today. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. You guys are amazing. Anybody, I'm running 7 companies, and one of them with 150 employees, and the wife's doing exercise, and I just love it, because this is the dream of most people. But you guys show people that you need to have a business, to have a system that will work whether you're working or not. And I want to thank you guys. Thank you so much tonight for joining us, everybody. Can we give them a hand? I just want to give you guys a hand tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see everybody. Yes, sir.
And I just want to say that we're really privileged and, you know, I'm blessed to be invited by guys like you, of your caliber, to interview us. I mean, it means a lot to us. Thank you.
Well, you mean a lot to the people in the world, because we want to help people. We want to add a lot of value to our listeners, because we want them to come back again and again and tell the whole world about this, and subscribe and tell everybody about it so they can hear your story, because this is what we're about. We're about entrepreneurship. And with that said, everybody, thank you out there for listening. Thank you for your time. God bless. Have a great one. Thank you.